Welcome to GreenDialer-Training. In this lesson, I'm going to explain how to design a campaign for the poll survey campaign type. We will assume you have already created your campaign. Also, we will only cover campaign design. You will still need to import audio files, data, set schedules, and configure your campaign. Let's assume you have 3 questions, and each question has 3 choices. The first step is to click on Add a Campaign Step under Call Flow. So we'll come over to Call Flow. We'll click on Add Campaign Step. And here you'll notice that there are 6 different areas where you can edit information. You have your question text, your question audio file, max wait time, valid digits, next question on key press, and next step on failure. This process will be repeated for each question you create. After you finish creating all your campaign steps, you'll need to make all the connections for this campaign to work properly. So let's actually create a 3-question poll with a thank you message on the end. So what I'll do is I'll start out, first question, I'll call it question 1. And I have some blank audio files I'm going to use for this lesson. So I'll browse and I'll go to audio files, poll survey, and I'll choose question 1. Max wait time is simply after your audio file has finished playing, how much time in seconds do you want to give the user to enter a response? Right now, we have it set to 3 seconds. So if your audio file is 30 seconds long and the customer listens to this audio file and they have still not responded, then you'll give them 3 seconds before you'll hang up the call. The next field we have is valid digits. This would be the key presses that you're asking for the customer to enter from the question. In our examples, we're going to make all of our questions to have 3 choices. So question 1 will be press 1 for this, press 2 for that, press 3 for this. So I'll just put 1, 2, 3. No spaces, just exactly like that. So then the next step is next question on key press. We don't have all our questions developed yet. So as you notice, it just says next question here. We do have to click this button, however, during our process. So I just clicked it and I'll hit submit. And then I'll hit close. So that's all set. So the next thing you'll do is the next step on failure. And some people may have requirements to jump to different questions based upon this feature. But basically, if the customer does not enter anything, if there's no response entered by I should say, the end user, then you can choose what you're going to do on a failure. The most common choice is just end the call. However, if you have any other requirements, you can choose that from this field. As you add more and more questions, you will understand why, in the end, we have to make our connections after we have added all our questions. So I'm going to go ahead and add all the questions, and then I'm going to make all the connections, which is the final step. And you'll understand when we get through this process why we're doing that. So I'll submit the first question. And it says question has been successfully created. So we're already ready to add the next question. It's very, very simple. Next thing you'll do is question 2. Browse. Let's load question 2 WAV file. Valid digits 1, 2, 3. And next question, we just hit select, submit. And I'm going to close this page out. And then end the call. Submit. Question has been successfully created. So we'll go to question 3. We'll choose our question. Valid digits the same. Same choices here. Hit submit. Hit close. And end call. And the final is the thank you. And I'm adding this in here so I can explain how you can use our logic to the best of your capabilities. And for this, we are going to put a 1 for valid digits. And I'm going to explain. We have to have some value in this field. Although the thank you message is not another question, we do have to put a value in there because we do not accept a blank value. So let's just trick the system. That's going to be part of our logic here is, just put a 1 in here. Hit next question. And we can just choose end call. This way that you're not paying for any seconds here. Hit submit and end call. So we basically just told the system that if they press one to end the call, but um, the call is going to end right away anyway after the thank you message plays. And if by any chance they just happen to coincidentally hit the one key, then the call would just end. So we're going to hit submit. So we have created all the questions. We've created the thank you message on the end. So what's left now? The only step that is left is that you have to edit your campaign steps. You have to make all the connections for when they press the keys. So let's start with question one. And the logic here you're gonna like. It's pretty cool. And question one. And here, that page that we submitted earlier, let me jump back to it on add campaign step, where we say next question on key press. Well, when you go to edit campaign step, you're getting that view. See, you're getting the view. And right now, although you see some values in here, these are not programmed into the system. This is just a display. It's saying question two, but we have not yet actually submitted this page. So we need to submit the page from every single step that you've created. So let's start on question one. When question one is answered, someone presses a key, let's say they press key 1, 2, or 3, you can jump to the next question, which would be question 2. With our logic, we're allowing you to jump to any question. So you could actually have a campaign where you say press 1 if you're Republican, press 2 if you're Democrat, and if they press 1, you go to a totally different set of questions. However, most people will just want to go in order. In other words, question 1 will go to question 2 to question 3, and question 3 to the thank you message. So we're going to do it that way in this lesson. So I'm going to submit this page because it already has question 2 there. And that is done. Now I'm going to go to question 2. And I'm going to select question 3 as the next question when they press the key response. That is done also. Now I'm going to go to question 3, and I'm going to set the next response as thank you, which is the end of the call. And I'll hit submit. And we already did thank you. As you know, we put end call as a value. So this actually concludes everything. You have just created a 3-question survey. Very easy. In some future lessons, we will discuss how to generate reports on this information after you have run your campaign. That is all real time as well. You can download reports as your campaign runs. But this does conclude the lesson. Thank you.